Alright, here we are. We finally made it. Sorry it took so long for us to get our crap set up, but two of my supposed... I was going to have 3 co-casters, which is way too many, but it's fine. We're going to deal with it. And then 2 of them were like, I can't competize stuff. It takes me so long to download and blah, blah, blah. That's pretty much a spot-on impression of Stu, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, pretty good.
Right. Well, oh well, we got BoarBeater here, and that's fine. He probably knows what he's talking about some of the time, and that's good enough for me. It may not be good enough for you guys, but I don't care. I just don't. All right, I don't care. So yeah, PI taking on Tree in the loser's bracket round 2. I'm assuming that Tree not really interested in being here. They did lose their winners semis match against Reason Gaming, and that's why they dropped down. Prime Icarus lost in the round of 8 to Reason. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they lost to Reason. And then they beat Ride My Rocket in the loser's bracket round 1 to avoid demotion for another cycle. So 3 straight gold division cycles for Prime Icarus, and we'll see if they can improve on their thus far consecutive losers bracket round 2 appearances in cycle 8 as cycle 7's over. But anyway, we're well through the drafting phase here. Dr. Repulsor and Behemoth going to be taken out by Zenoe on the Legion side. Tremble and Swiftblade get banned out by Willowkeeper, mostly because Certas is a dirty Tremble picker, and yeah, that's pretty much why. But the rest of the band's pretty sensible, although the PE is a little weird against Tree. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to lead in a Magnus and a Flux, and Krake, great Flux player. Magnus, good first pick. So, thoughts so far, BoarBeater? What do you got?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of Behemoth bans in general lately. Why are people so scared of that hero, even if there's players that are good at it? Is it that good?
Yeah, my guess is that Nier is responsible for a lot of stuff. Like, he's a really good Behemoth player, and then other teams were like, wow, he's a really good Behemoth player, let's play Behemoth. And then they did, and discovered, I think he is a pretty solid hero, especially during the laning phase, but more importantly, people aren't running junglers as much, so having the...
And I guess he's pretty good disruptor.
Right, so more tri-lanes and stuff like that, he fits better, and without a jungler, or with a jungler, he doesn't really fit in lineups, because where do you run him, you know? It's like, is he a hard support? He's not really a hard support. Is he a farmer? He's not really a farmer. Second support's a good role for him, but we didn't have that for a very long time, so makes sense, at least in that respect. Anyway, they're going to follow up with Glacius and Engineer, and so the Flux NG combo coming out from Willowkeeper right off the bat. Always scary stuff. Yeah.
I mean, he used to be really scary, but Engineer got some nerfs, and now it's been less popular, obviously.
Yeah. I feel like NG's underpicked, even though he did get nerfs. He's such a good laning hero, and he's really, really disruptive in team fights, and we still see him fairly often, but it's not like he's... I mean, for a while, he was #1 pick material. And
yeah.
I don't think he's that anymore, but I feel like he deserves more of a spotlight than he's getting, it feels like.
Yeah, maybe. I mean... He's in this game, and he was in the last game everyone watched, so...
Yeah.
Compared to that, maybe not, but in general, yeah, it's not picked up as much as it should, I'd say.
Yeah, probably fair.
And that, I mean, that could be because after the nerfs, support players stopped playing him, and so then it's less of a comfort hero for several, except for players like Insania, maybe.
Right. So, oh yeah, and definitely. Really, Stu's done.
And you kept hyping up Rhapsody, so...
I did keep hyping up Rhapsody, so it's my fault that she's not good anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, she has fallen off pretty substantially. It's pretty interesting that hero is not really decided to be good anymore. I don't understand why, but last few cycles she's really fallen off substantially. She was the highest win rate after cycle 2, and now she's in the mid-40s or something like that. Not great. WTB.
Yeah. Want to buy.
I don't think I've ever seen that acronym before.
Do you play World of Warcraft?
I don't.
Ever? Or any other uh, MMORPGs? More?
Nope.
Well, that maybe explains it. Did you ever play Diablo?
I played Diablo for about an hour and a half.
Okay. You ever play any game where you can buy anything?
I play HoN. Does
Eh,
that count?
I guess you can buy items, but people, I guess WTB is more like when you're typing in chat, like advertising that you want to buy something.
Yeah, well, I have no interest in playing World of Warcraft because I like having full control over what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's painful. Yummy, did you pick up the call? Finally?
Yep.
There we go. Why is Stu on this call too? Doesn't make any sense. He's not.
Oh my god.
What's your timer at?
On the replay, 605, 606, 607, 08, 9, 10.
Okay.
Alright,
there.
good. Should be more or less good. Yay, we have 3 casters. I don't have to talk as much. That's nice. There's no way going to ban out Devour, Bubbles, and Madman, so taking a couple of suicides will Initiator out there. Fuzen going to remove Oogie, Parasite, and Silhouette. So addressing Shorecan a little bit with the Parasite ban, as well as mostly Ceratoss, some more Oogie and Silhouette being taken out of the pool. So they're really trying to ban out Ceratoss in this game. And presumably we don't have a Ceratoss hero yet, as Kraken is the 4th pick for the Legion team. And Hellborn soft picking Kinesis here, wouldn't be surprised to see them pick that up. They love them some Kinesis on willowkeeper
I
side.
don't know what would they get for their Ceratoss. Mage?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess he plays Mage Bane.
But I wouldn't.
Yummy, apparently Twitch chat hates you. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't care.
Just keep talking to annoy the crap out of him.
Okay, I'll just keep talking.
Alright, sounds like a really good idea. Anyway, so we're well through the drafting phase, obviously. You joined midway. Anything to say regarding any picks that have been made?
No, I typed what I had to say in Twitch chat
Fine.
about Rhapsody not being picked up or whatever. What?
God damn it. Josh is encouraging the idiots. Anyway. Boy, all sorts of good stuff going on. Sorry. This is really chill. Apparently we're all very tired today, so what the hell is going on in the background now?
Sorry, my siblings are talking.
Someone's using a pressure cooker in the other room.
That's very important. Anyway, last pick of the Legion team is going to be a cursed, so Ceratoss Magmus? Is that what's happening here?
Ceratoss Chipper.
What?
Maybe. We'll see. Glacius carry.
Glacius carry.
I mean, like, I don't know how to do this. Last pick a cursed, that's a tree thing to do, first of all. They like a curse, not other teams, and so this is
Maybe
looking
they
like
just
a support cursed.
They don't want Tree to get the curse, so they stole it.
Alright. But, I mean, they usually run a cursed suicide, and they already have a kinesis. So I guess they could run a support a cursed here, but that would be a little bit weird for them.
I don't know why they particularly picked a cursed here. Like, a cursed is good against, like, stuns. Maybe, like, you could pick it, like, against a Valkyrie to take off the 5-second stun. You could take off big, like, debuffs and stuff. But, like, it's not gonna prevent a Flux ulti or an Engineer field. It's gonna get taken off by an Engineer field.
And they have the damage to get rid of it, too. So, I mean, like, especially Kinesis, you can just destroy the fire shield really, really quickly. And they're going to be playing at second support role here, because Shorecan is the jungle second support player, so he might get a decent amount of items, but it's not like he's going to be a farmer by any means. And this is just a weird draft from Prime Icarus. Like, I don't get it.
It's an early game. They're not, maybe they felt like there weren't enough carry choices that could compete with the Gemini very well against the Hellborn lineup, so they're like, we're going early game.
Right. There's early game, and then there's, like, really, really early game. This is... If this game goes past 25 minutes, they're not going to win. Like...
Probably.
I mean... I don't know. This seems very, very strange to me. A lot of magic damage heavy. And you're also looking at a bunch of heroes on the Hellborn side. That can reasonably pick up Shrunken Heads. So once we see those on Gemini, Flux, and Kinesis, it's going to be no damage from the Legion team.
Did you guys see that chipper rocket?
Yes. It failed.
There's 4 people all grouped up and it didn't hit anyone.
Oh, he couldn't
Oh.
see them, right?
Did I fail? I totally failed, didn't I?
What?
Oh,
You gave her the wrong time?
No,
The pause?
overlay is bad.
Oh,
It's-
correct.
I apparently thought teams were on the wrong side, and they're not.
What?
I think I did it in the drafting phase too, so that's fantastic.
Oh, did they move the ward spot? Didn't it used to be like on the little spot next to the level?
I
I
don't.
don't know.
You mean in the bottom rune?
No, like the ward spot in the inventory.
I mean, you have a word slot now.
Yeah,
No,
like
no, they didn't.
That's the way where it's always been for since they did it. Anyway,
The spectator?
yeah. So it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane here from the Legion, and they're going to counter with a defensive tri-lane on the Hellborn side. And I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking, this is still so weird. Like, I guess they can tri-lane. That's a decent situation for them, but what's a curse really going to do here? He has no stun. He has no slow. Glacius has no stun, and you're going up against a 3-stun tri-lane with a Gemini core. That's going to do way better.
Well, I mean, I guess it lets Magnus initiate without being too scared of dying. Too scared of dying.
Right.
He might still die.
I
And-
guess, but they could. I think they could have laned it differently and gotten like their other lanes more farm.
I mean, like what though? I don't see it, to be honest. I hate this draft. I really do. It's
Shorken watching?
probably, I don't know. It's just, I don't get it. This makes no sense to me. I mean, the Accursed pick was terrible.
Well, I think part of it might be that they expect their chipper to beat Kinesis?
Kinesis?
Yeah, but is he? I don't think so necessarily. I mean, inherent defense from Kinesis is going to absorb a lot of damage from Chipper, and Chipper can get focus buffer, I guess, which is nice. But I don't really see either of them coming out particularly ahead in this lane.
We'll see.
Rocket.
I've seen this replay before,
Hey,
but
Hey.
I won't give anything away.
hey, how have you seen this replay before?
Josh is a nerd. He watches replays before we watch them, so he'll sound smarter when
Yeah.
we go over together.
What a player. Unbelievable. Anyway, Illusion Rune gets picked up by Andromeda right there, so she roamed over and controlled the rune, but this is, I mean, we're seeing really static stuff right here. We have, oh my god.
Oh my god, that was funny.
Holy crap,
Oh
that
my
was
god.
loud. We're seeing really static stuff here from both teams, and that's really going to benefit Hellborn, because the Legion team need to get kills to do stuff. They're going to put the freeze onto Gemini, but apparently nobody else wants to fight that.
Then
And
they should have given Magnus all that experience. Oh well.
And even with all this farm, he's got 210 GPM, so it's not even doing well. I mean,
Oh wait.
oh crap,
Oh,
bottom lane.
I missed it.
Teltuk's dead, me too. That's fine. I didn't really expect him to die, but I guess he did.
Well, but
Alright,
Kinesis can't miss his
that's true,
trees, but Chipper can miss rockets.
as we've seen so far. Anyway, and middle lane too. I mean, Legion are losing every single lane here. And not particularly softly either. Teltuk has 175 gold per minute in this bottom lane. Kinesis has got 350. When we look mid,
Oh.
Flux has got 315 versus a 290 Kraken. Top lane, Balthazar is 275, and Certas is 210 gold per minute in a tri-lane. And he's missing CS and stuff. Like I don't even know if I want to blame him, because I don't know if he's ever played Magnus. I'm sure he's done it in TMN, but I don't think he's
Even
ever
if
played
he's
Magnus.
never played Magnus, it's just a hero attacking a creep at this point, since he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, maybe it's a weird. It's not the most sensible animation on Cryo Mag. It's. And they're gonna get the pull off too, which they didn't block for some reason. They're gonna roam over here. Magnus is level 3, so he's level 2 Lava Surge, but are they actually gonna do anything? Yeah, the Lava Surge is gonna go through on Engineer right here into the freeze. But again, what are they gonna do? So now that they've used both of their CC tools, Andros sort of wasted her stun right there. We'll have a Magma stun back up in 10 mana. There it is. Actually, he's gonna pop the power supply. So they get 1 kill at the very least. That's fine. Gemini, though, yeah, looking for something on Glacius, and we'll see if she can get out of this. Balthazar wants to keep going. Middle lane, actually, Slasky did get a kill on Kraken in the Flux, so missed that. But that's pretty surprising, to be honest. He used the release the Kraken, no huge surprise, but I would imagine Flux is...
Oh, he hit 6 before Flux somehow.
Yeah, I guess melee versus range.
I guess so.
But I mean, Flux still has 910 health, so that's still impressive. You know, I'll give Slasky credit for that one. I wouldn't have thought he would be going to get a kill on Flux. But oh crap, I forgot to change that. It still feels weird. This whole thing is just strange. I mean, Teltook in the bottom lane is getting absolutely nothing, and well, he hit a rocket.
With Kraken winning mid, though, they have some.
Right.
At least they'll be able to prolong the game a little bit.
But
they don't want
getting
to.
completely boxed out at bot.
Yeah. This is one of the weirdest games I've ever cast. Because I just don't understand this Legion at all.
This would happen at the bottom lane?
I thought you said Chipper could win.
Oh well, I said
It seems
I said they thought that Chipper could win, and then you thought it would be pretty even.
I mean, potentially, I think it could be even. The difference is
could be
Boxy's a
even.
better player than Teltook is.
Yeah, Teltook in the lane missed every single rocket.
Right. Anyway, Kraken gonna get the initiation there on top of Kinesis. Actually, this can be countered pretty quickly as Chipper comes over and they will kill Boxy. So getting a little aggressive there.
Kraken
And
OP?
yeah, he does have it. Will they have the angle on the Flux? Kraken charge back up in a second, so he probably wants to get a little bit closer. Gets pushed away. Kraken charge forward. Release the Kraken. Is going to be right on his face, and the release from Flux is not going to do very much damage. Just Slasky picking up double tap, and he's at nearly 400 GPM now. So that's more of what they need. And it's a really nice. I mean, the Slasky Red's basically keeping them in this game right now because if it wasn't for him, things would be looking really grim.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, the question is it enough? I guess PI have a gold lead right now.
Gemini's 600 gold ahead of Magnus.
Oh, they just.
Well, they're gonna go in
on that?
and yeah, they're probably gonna get this kill. Freeze is there, and Engineer. Actually, he's got the turret down, and he will die thanks to Cauterize from the Curse, who's now getting chased down a little bit by the Gemini. We're gonna see a teleport in from Chipper as well. Rockets go, and Balthazar is gonna fall. So a really nice rotation from Teltook right there.
Well,
and I don't know, Prime Icarus. Well, at least they're doing what they have to do. They're up 6-1 in hero kills, and 5 minutes ago they didn't have any. So,
pretty good.
well, it's making more sense.
Within a curse on the team, they're going to be able to do the base dives or like the tower dives.
Yeah.
You know.
They really need some mana on this map.
It encourages it actually, so that you actually get that damage from the shield.
I'm just gonna counter ward with the courier.
Yeah. And will they actually find the ward of sight though? Is the question.
Yeah, because
they will.
Wait.
He just put the ward of down. Apparently not.
Scared. It's because
they saw it.
have their own ward and they're
they saw him move over. That's fair. Well, we'll still see that die, I would imagine, pretty soon. Certus and Magnus looking for something else. He's really uninterested in taking lane farm, apparently, or getting levels. He's still level 5.
I think they just really want to kill right now, so...
Right, well, I mean, I feel like they should. Right, what else are they gonna do?
Yeah.
They have a Chipper, a Magnus, and a Kraken as their cores. They're not exactly built to...
I mean, I like that Gemini got investment, like, as soon as he could, after Trev.
Really? Because Stu would hate that. He only has 870 health. How dare you cross that?
Stu would hate that.
Stu hates a lot of things.
Yeah. It's okay, Stu's kind of dumb.
But he's on
Melbourne
intel
Courier
turret
got-
right now. Or,
Okay, like, Slaskadra is the best player in the world.
Well, I mean, Entry walked those.
Anyway, top lane, Andro's going to be falling as the stun combination comes through, or the CC with Snowy gets destroyed by the mass control. No, those are just regular lifts from Kinesis. Stasis Smash goes through onto Magma. He's going to stun in onto the Kinesis. The question is, do they have follow-up damage? My guess is they do. I think it start to get slowed down by the throws, puts the steam back down to disjoint one of them. But doesn't have enough mana for any further spells. Kraken's coming in, actually. He will pop the power supply and get out of there, and the Legion team wants to reinitiate, but the Hubborn realizing pretty quickly that the follow-up and support was there from Prime Icarus, so they make the smart move and get out.
Do you think if Magnus had stunned up and stunned both of them, instead of stunning down to get away, that Kraken could have ulted and then they could have turned that?
Very possibly. But then he might have died, and I think Ceratops doesn't want to die. He's actually going to
he's
finish
got the
his power
carry
supply.
player mentality.
That is a great Twitch message. Thank you. Alright.
You or whoever thicket is who talk shit and judge Legion team play pigs.
And Mana Battery Power Supply, I really don't care. It's not worth it to remember whether they've actually upgraded that thing or not. It's a power supply for most of the game anyway. Yeah, so Magnus, about 1,000 gold off his PK. And that's going to be really, really important for this Legion team. And again, they're up for some reason. Like, I keep coming back to, is it enough? Are they up enough? Or is this just going to get snowballed horribly against team? Anyway, Flux in the middle lane, going to be in some trouble. They put the freeze and the release of Kraken right onto Krake's face. He's going to charge into the tower for another kill from Slaskadra. There's 4-0 and 0, 450 gold per minute. Anyway, it'll be Kraken PK picked up. You guys feel free to talk at any point.
Yeah.
Just saying. You know, you can say things.
I mean, this
Middle lane
Kraken
Ridge
is just
dead.
They are
doing
so manly.
much.
Yeah, this is... He's going to go back in. He's going to PK back up. No, it's actually on the way right now, so they're waiting for it. The freeze goes through onto Boxy. There's a Glacial Downpour as well. What chipper rockets.
Oh, he's so tanky.
So good. They're going to kill Shorecan, actually, because he was not level 6. Couldn't get the flame consumption off. And there goes Slaskadrat's Ultimate Warrior streak. So you're talking about so manly, and now all of a sudden this is backfiring really, really hard. Snowy's going to also get caught out here and killed. They also deny the tower. So it's a 4-for-0 plus a tower deny in favor of Willowkeeper, and all of a sudden the game's tied up again.
Yeah.
That was really big by Boxy, lifting himself up, and then somehow he was able to evade even the chipper rockets by lifting himself up.
Because Teltek's the number one player.
I don't know if it makes you smaller of a unit, to be honest.
I don't think so. I think Teltek has missed a lot of chipper rockets. Hasn't been great.
That shield did a lot of work too. Like, he was so big that fight.
Yeah, inherent defense, powerful spell. Well, this is obviously not the kind of thing that you want to be doing if you're the Legion side. We're close to a PK on Magnus, so maybe they can start to recover a little bit, but that's exactly the kind of fight that's not going to go very well. Kraken charge after the Magnus Lava Surge, but will they kill Gemini? He's going to get the Twin Fangs out, release the Kraken, though, right on top of him, and they should have the damage to finish him off. Oh god, Energizer's there, and the Stasis smashes down, Keg stun, but the Lava Surge finishes him off. The Mass Control gets, that's not even Mass Control, Ceratops is still dead. Now is now going to be chased down a little bit here as Kraken is in the background. That's going to be one more kill. Krake picking that one up. Snowy going to be falling here. He pops his mana battery, but it's not going to prevent him from dying. Chipper rockets, actually I think 2 of them did hit, but the blades are not enough to finish off Andromeda, who's trying to avoid them to get the stun range, just the Aurora, and Chipper is still trying to finish her off as he tries to run away from the other 3 heroes on Legion side. Won't be able to do so. The only one left alive now is Shorecan. Eats a stun from Andromeda, then a Keg stun, and that's another kill for Willowkeeper. So all of a sudden, we're looking at an 11-10 hero kill advantage for Willowkeeper, and things not good.
Yeah, Darn just went down really fast. They keep chasing and diving into tower, and then their entire team ports.
I mean, Willowkeeper basically figured out, if we take 5-on-5 engagements, even if we don't necessarily come out ahead, we're going to slow them down enough to because I don't have enough items. Anyway, middle lane, Slasky's going to jump on top of Kinesis, but this could backfire as Klux is right here, and he, Flux, wow, Klux. Flux pushes him away, trying to save Boxy. Snowy's still looking for the chase, has Ice Imprisonment back in a couple of seconds, but can't find it. Despite the fire shield, he will still get away.
Well, the difference between all the earlier fights and these last 2 fights is that their farmed Kinesis was able to participate.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he was the main like lane winner for their team, and
Right.
he was like really far away from all the earlier fights.
Well, Kraken looking for something else onto Root right here. He's going to put the turret down, but he's still definitely going to die. We're going to have 1 TP rotation from Flux, and we have Gemini off to the side looking for something.
We have Kinesis.
Yeah, and they're going to jump in on top of the Icarus. He pops the flame consumption, though. The Glacial's not going to be canceled immediately. Swap away from Andromeda. She's trying to get away. Eruption getting channeled, and he will jump off to the side on top of Kinesis. They really want to focus him down and kill him, and they will do so.
Yes.
The question is, will they get anything else out of this, and will Hellborn be able to return? Gemini deciding he wants no more part of this. We'll just leave. Andromeda also going to head back to base. So it ends up being 2 kills. Kraken looking for a jump. Yeah, she's going to put the turret down and can't find the charge despite popping the power supply.
Ooh.
Oh, Flux, Kraken. Who wants something? So, I'll give them credit for this. It's an action-packed game. That's at least very nice. They're doing stuff. Anyway, 2 portal keys already coming out in Legion side, of course. Magnus and Kraken both having those. The rest of the team really not looking particularly good in the GPM department, and probably won't be having significant items for a while. Hellborn, looks like Gemini's going first item Shrunken Head. That might be a Frostburn, but the Mighty Blade kind of makes me think he's realized, I get a Shrunken, they do no damage, and I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was first item Frostburn, you probably wouldn't get Ice Brand, right? So, just thinking.
Like most carry players wouldn't, unless you realize that you're really needing the HP.
Right.
I feel like if he doesn't need BKB
Like
just yet.
he's not
He's-
farming with, like he's not really farming, like jungle camps and everything. Like their jungle's getting roamed.
Right.
So it's not like he needs the efficiency from agility to farm faster or anything like that.
Yeah, but I mean, 10-second Shrunken and he'll never die in these fights, and that'll keep him alive to the point where he can get the HP up to just, even if he has a shorter Shrunken Head, it doesn't matter because once the Legion side's burst magic comes out, it's going to be done. I mean, if he gets under 1,000 health, I don't think he's ever going to die. Essentially.
Wait, she's down.
Yeah, middle lane. They're jumping on top of Snowy, and he's definitely gonna fall here. Kraken. Or Crack A. God damn it, it's really annoying, Crack A. Why do you gotta do that to me?
The Hellborn have overrun the
Tower
Legion
trading
of
as well. Both teams losing their short laner. Obviously, mid tier 1 tower went down much earlier in favor of Prime Icarus, so they do have a slight map control advantage. But for the most part, they have to continue to be aggressive, and they're definitely doing so, which is, I mean, they're playing this as well as they can, considering the draft they have. I really hate this draft. I can't. I don't know how to do anything other than be like, this is such a terrible... I hate it like this, though, because it feels like they've already lost the game, and it's just inevitable, because, I mean, the only situation in which this is going to work is if Tree is bad enough to throw, and they're not. Anyway, release the Kraken, the Rockets will hit here. Crack A gets actually pushed over the trees, but it doesn't matter. They use the Saw Blades as well, and that's not the greatest. All of a sudden, Boxy's here for some reason, but he gets swapped out by the Andromeda. Dust of Revelation goes off for reasons as well. Energy Field not the best placement, and the background Kinesis is going to blow up Snowy on the Glacius. Gemini Dog's being worked on by Kraken. 2-man stun right there, and Balthazar will actually die as they finish off the Chipper as well. So at this point, it's a 2 versus 2-4-2. And over inside, going to start to pour it out as they don't really want to do anything else.
Oh, they
in this
all.
fight. Yeah, they're all
They all
gone.
got out.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's another decent trade for Willowkeeper, and now they've gotten a golden experience lead again. So
Well, they've had it for a while, actually.
they were behind a little bit before that fight, I thought, because they
Maybe.
lost a team fight. Yeah, they.
I think they were behind in gold a bit, but then they were up in experience.
Yeah, they were behind a while because they lost a bunch of landing phase kills, and then they had those 2 really good team fights, and they were up, and then they got behind again. So it seems like when they team fight, Willowkeeper tends to come out ahead. And when it's just a pure pick-off, it's more of the Legion side's advantage, which makes a fair degree of sense, I guess. There's a lot of team fight ultimates on the Hellborn team.
I don't know why Kraken's holding on to his money.
Doombringer?
Or is he gonna right click? Or like, what would he buy? A Shrunken right away? Like usually you see like a bulwark, but maybe
Right.
The Legion have overrun a Hellborn FOB.
I really don't
maybe
like
they
that he
don't
doesn't
really
have
need
investments.
one. Yeah.
I feel like he needs investments extremely badly against this team, so maybe he is just going to go first time Shrunken, but that seems a little bit iffy to me.
It makes sense not to get investments, so if you're gonna get Shrunken right away.
Right. That's the only reason I can think of for him not having investments. Anyway, top tower will be defended by the
But
2
he got
supports.
Polar.
Oh, yeah, well. Chipper. Another rocket. Whiffing. Poor Teltook. Not having a great game with those rockets.
But he hit all 3 on the Flux who was ulted.
Yes, he did. That Flux got a superior magic stun on top of him, and he did not miss those rockets. What a player.
Yeah.
So good. Anyway, so we're looking at a relative tie in terms of hero kills and gold, but the experience advantage is still in favor of Willowkeeper, and that's... I mean, any advantage that Willowkeeper had in the beginning, Eruption getting channeled in the bottom lane, it's gonna just be a nice push book away, and Flux gets the pullback, so Sawblades as well, and they're just gonna turn this around. Andro with a really not a great swap, kind of useless there. They still managed to kill Teltuck. Magma's gonna try to PK away, but that's not gonna happen. As Krake picks up the last hit there, a double tap going the way of Flux, and well, it's gonna be the Ice Brand as well, and Gemini by the way. So Willowkeeper winning yet another fight. I'm gonna go ahead and do Ancients right here. So Foxy has a push book, obviously very helpful against Kraken, and a good item in general. Flux going for the Insanitarius, and it looks like he's got a Mighty Blade here, so that could either be an Ice Brand or a Shrunken. Middle lane, meanwhile, they will get the release Kraken onto Gemini. He has a Twin Fangs away, though, so he should be just fine. Yeah, that was an interesting interaction.
What was that all chat about?
It was about, he pushed him over the cliff.
Yeah.
But if you guys have watched enough games, you'll learn that that happens every time.
It happens
It's
a lot.
not that it sometimes happens. In that spot, it happens every single time.
Yeah.
So, and people will complain about it, but you just gotta, like, at this point, you just gotta know that's gonna happen.
Right. I mean, and Slasky is not an inexperienced mid player, and he's not an experienced Kraken player, so he should be well aware of that. My clicking is actually soothing. I love that. That's the best part of that. Yes, I'm using crappy webcam mic, which means at the very least you can hear a lot of the time when I click and press stuff on my keyboard. So sorry about that, but it's what happens when you buy a webcam for $20 like 8 years ago and then never replace it.
Oh, that part.
You're welcome to donate to Quincy's stream.
The Hellborn
Yeah,
have
I mean, you
overrun
are.
Legion FOBs.
Probably just gonna go buy hamburgers with it though. So I'm not. But one time Beef was like, "You want me to get you a headset or something like that?" Because he's got all these sponsors from Complexity. I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And he never did.
Oh, what a dick.
Right?
Seems like Beef isn't the nice guy that everyone thinks he is.
Nope. He's a terrible person.
Won't let Stu into his clan.
Right. So such sad times. I'm not sure who is.
Doesn't update the website.
I'm not even sure who's even in Complexity anymore besides Beef on the, at least in HoN. Don't imagine there are a lot of accounts tied to that. Oh well. Gemini, by the way, going to be working on the Frostburn here. He's picked up a quick blade, so I'll be online in 400 gold or so. Maybe 500, I don't know. Steam Boots on Engineer, along with Bottle Power Supply. Is that a shared bottle? I think so, yeah it is. It's from Foxy, as he's got a full inventory with the Storm Spirit, so I like that actually a lot. The Storm Spirit pickup on Kinesis is going to do a ton of work this game because of all the potential for burst the Legion have. You just involve yourself for
The
a couple of
Hellborn have
seconds,
overrun
you'll
a Legion
eat all
FOB.
of
The
it.
Legion have overrun a Hellborn FOB.
Both teams trading more towers in the short lane. That's tier 2's die.
Oh, I was right about the Gemini Ice Brand.
Yes, you were. I already mentioned that like twice. Pay attention. I was right about the Flux. He went Shrunken Head. So Flux won't be dying anymore. He was in Sanitarius and Shrunken.
Hey, Kraken got
The
a
thing
soul.
about Geminis
Boy.
are often extremely reluctant to get Shrunken Heads.
Because you want to be
That's
able
the
to
thing.
split. Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
I understand that, and I'm not fundamentally opposed to him just getting HP, because that would be fine. I still think Shrunken's more valuable.
It's also a little bit about, like, the spells are gonna come out and hit someone, and if you've got, like, 4k HP,
Right.
they might as well be hitting you.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if they're
I mean,
AoE...
that's the thing, is that they're kind of...
it's like-
all of their stuff is AoE except for the Glacius Freeze, and the Cauterized from Accursed, right? So...
So, it is ideal to just, like, take 0 damage.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but... I get what you're saying, and actually it's a point I brought up before, is that Shrunken Head is kind of a selfish item, and then you look at something like a Nullstone, which is a little bit more of a team item, I feel like, because it doesn't just eat the spell, it also puts it on, so it puts it on cooldown, which means it can't be used on any of your teammates, as opposed to Shrunken, which just makes you untargetable.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're about 25 minutes in, so...
It's like...
Sorry.
Curse is going for, like, an Astrolabe, it seems like.
Accursed is?
There's some... Yeah. Well, he's got something in the stash.
Oh.
Bracer.
You just buy Bracer, okay. I don't know, maybe he wants to be tanky.
Maybe.
Just saying.
That's
It's possible.
He's gonna sell all his items and get all bracers.
Yep. Sounds like a good plan to me.
It's more of something you do if you're stuck, like, in your well. Or in your base.
I mean, they might as well be. Alright, they're gonna jump on top of Oxy right here. Release the Kraken is on his face. The Chipper Rock actually does connect. One of them hit an Archer, but I suppose Teltuk did get an assist there, so I guess he helped.
Archer was like, I will protect you over my dead body, and then he died.
Yeah. So, well, he tried. He tried, man. Willowkeeper gonna push the top lane right here. We're gonna actually have some initiation eruption. They did miss the stun on Magnus though. Here's a counter on Glacius and Antro. They're gonna miss the charge as well. Teltuk gonna miss both the rockets. Boy, them skill shots not working out very well for PI. So, all right, maybe they shouldn't get Shrunken Heads. If they're gonna miss all their abilities, then a Shrunken Head is not gonna do very much for you.
Maybe they should just get move speed items so that they can
Yeah.
dodge everything.
I mean, Gemini, that's a fair point. If he just stacks the Agi with the Elemental Force, it's going to be hard for them to hit him.
Well, I feel like if a Gemini moves faster, you know, there might be a chance that they could hit him.
Oh. You're
'Cause they're
saying
not-
that- yeah, that's fair. They're not hitting him now.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, if they're not hitting him, you know.
I feel like, though, that PI lost this game. I mean, they haven't yet, obviously, but they're down
Well,
4.5k.
You said like
You said
25
at the
minutes.
beginning.
They don't win,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then they lose.
So, I mean, I'm mostly reiterating that point because I said it half an hour ago, but... I don't see what... Somebody tell me why they would possibly lose on Willowkeeper outside of just, like, huge throws. I can't find a reason. Yeah, that's about the sum of it. Teltuk missing more rockets.
I don't know, like, if the Accursed Heal and Astrolabe sustain is more than the sustain of Gemini's health, then maybe, but the Flux and
Kinesis.
Kinesis.
are doing so much
Right.
that
I mean, right now, Gemini actually isn't all that valuable. Look at the hero damage charts. It's 18% Kinesis, 15% Flux, and 9% Gemini. So, I mean, Gemini's doing something, but he's really not very important to these teamfights, and he won't be for a while. There's no Shrunkens on the Legion side, which means Kinesis can blow them all up. Flux is ridiculously tanky in the middle of these teamfights, and actually
Watch
does a
mid.
fair amount of damage, but yeah, you're right. It's going to be an Invis Kraken. Oh, there's a Rev Ward right there. They're going to find him. There's the Stasis Smash into the Keg Stun, a Comet from Andromeda. I almost said Arachna for some reason. Flux going to get the release as well onto Curse if he pulls him back in. Flame Consumption's available. Going to have to be used by Shortcan right here if he wants to survive. He finally does pop it, but they're just going to Stasis Smash him until it wears off, comes back down, and they just blow Shortcan up. So 2 more kills picked up from the Hellborn
should
side.
note that Kinesis is pretty good against a Curse, because he can, like, especially with the Cyclone, he can Q him, and then he could Cyclone him.
Right.
And it's like, oh, your ult's gone now. We're gonna kill you.
Uh-huh. Especially against a support Curse that really doesn't have the health pool to survive unless he has his ultimate up. And I mean, I want to say that Shortcan's been useless this game. I don't think it's really his fault, but like, what has a Curse done? You know?
I don't know. Like, sometimes if you're not looking extremely closely or like very carefully analyzing team
The
fights,
Hellborn have
Yeah.
overrun a Legion FOB.
you can overlook the impact of an accursed quite easily.
Sure. I just feel like the fact that the Legion team are dying means that Accursed is not being all that effective, because
Yeah.
Did you
I mean-
notice that both of the Legion middle towers, someone on the Legion team has run up to try to deny it right when the team's fording it?
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I feel
It's-
like they're not communicating that well.
it definitely wouldn't be surprising. I mean, it's just possibly, like, Magnus ran up to deny it before the glyph ran out. He didn't do it before the glyph went off, so I think he just mistimed it, to be honest. But at this point, I would believe anything, because I think the other thing that annoys me about this is PI is a better team than this, so yeah, like, they should lose this series, but
The series.
This is, yeah, well, I mean, they're definitely gonna lose this game. Like,
Wait, just kidding.
yeah, he's gonna get jumped by Kinesis. Actually, he put all the damage down before the Stasis Smash went down, so Blaze's gonna survive not for very long, though. At least the Kraken actually does hit one in the Kinesis, but his burst is already gone. Gemini gonna split back up and form back together, and the rest of the Legion side is now on the retreat. Sawblades go down, actually a pretty nice position, but not gonna matter for Teltuk's life, as he also falls. Gemini continuing to try to chase down his Legion side, and he's not gonna find any more picks, but the 2 kills were sufficient to get Willowkeeper ahead enough, and they will perhaps move into Legion Woods. Maybe Kongor is the objective here. By the way, Geo's Bane finished up on Gemini, which is a little weird, but I guess he wants the movement speed.
Oh, so he got an ice
It's
brand
also
and then
good
he
for
got
base
Geo's.
pushing.
Yeah, that's good. I still would prefer
Well,
the Firebrand,
it's
but I
like
guess
you
he's
go
not
the
dying.
frost. You go the frost brand, and then you or frost burn, and then you break it up into
Geos and
Scotty
Frostwolf.
and Geos. Yeah,
Scotty.
Scotty.
Simian target eliminated.
Well, we're going to be Sheepstick on Magnus in a few seconds, so that'll be nice for them at least. He's about 200 gold off of that one. Has picked up
Alright,
the
if you
Acolyte
type-
staff.
If you type Scotty into the item search, the item comes up. So I don't know what your intent is.
Does it really? That's true. That's all right. Well done, HoN. I mean, that's a good thing, to be honest. It should do that. Oh, release the Kraken in the middle lane. Gonna be a jump on a Boxy here, so before he can do anything much, he gets caught and killed. And Slaskidrit finding yet another pick off. He's 10-3-3, so he's having a pretty great game. And Certus isn't doing too badly. 380 GPM and 4-2-4. The rest of his team is providing very little support, especially this Chipper, who's just had an awful time of it ever since the beginning of the laning phase. PI will be pushing down here with double damage on Kraken.
The Legion have overrun a Hellborn FOB.
Anyway, looking for finish up on the Frostwolf Skull right here for Gemini. He's got enough for the Ultimate Orb, but presumably doesn't want to waste his buyback money. Portal Key was picked up by Engineer, and he's got another 2200 gold on top of that, so Root has plenty of resources left. They're going to continue to try to take towers in the Legion team, and Kinesis back in about 5 seconds, so yeah, they realized they didn't really want to push their luck here. Another Frostwolf will be up on Flux, and these Legion heroes are
Maybe
getting...
they already have pushed their luck.
Yeah, well, Snowy's dead, so that's a little bit. That's the only one they'll get, but I still think they'll take it.
It's
true,
smarter
you guys.
than to just let Snowy die.
Well, he's died 7 times, so that's fine, I guess, at this point. Is it true? Am I an ass to my casters?
Yes. I mean, no.
What?
No?
You're fired. Well, there's a
Like, maybe
glowstone
like
finished.
an ass as in like the animal, maybe like an
donkey?
idiot. Yeah.
Donkey. I don't think
Compared to
donkeys are
us, you're a
necessarily
donkey.
stupid.
Oh,
They're stubborn.
stubborn.
I don't think
Maybe.
they're known to be unintelligent. Oh well. Either I'm not an ass or you like the pain then, because you keep coming back. Anyway, Ancient's being done here by Certas, and so we'll get some more farm. Okay, now Magnus is gonna have more farm. He's already got a sheep stick. That's nice. What's he gonna do? I don't
Grimoire.
know. All right.
Strength of the master.
Yeah. Get the biggest eruption in the history of eruptions, and
Oh,
kill
actually,
the
maybe a
entire
beacon.
team. Sorry, what was I miss?
Yeah, he's going for a BKB, I think.
Yeah.
Even though he has a tablet, so they don't really work that well together. But
I mean, that's fine. They have a lot of burst magic on the Hellborn team, and a fair bit of lockdown too, so Shrunken's definitely an okay choice here. By the way, Flux has almost 3,200 health with that Insanitarius toggled on. And 27
and he has a
without it.
BKB. So.
Yep. So my prediction, Flux, not going to die anymore in this game. Gemini, not going to die in this game anymore, as he's just bought his Frostwolf, so those two heroes are now unkillable. If you're the Legion side.
They need to get this Flux a DB. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing badly. He's got 200 damage. It's pretty solid. And my
Double
guess
damage
is...
Fluxes are really, really strong, because his W is like based
that's a
on
good
attack
point.
damage.
That's a good point.
So he can like, I don't know. It's as if he has a really fast attack speed
Yeah.
using his W.
There's the cooldown on that thing is what, like 4 seconds? It's actually 4
yeah.
seconds. Wow.
Yeah.
I just threw a number out there. Guys, I'm so good at this.
Yeah. You're lucky it wasn't like 4.25 or...
God, that would have been painful. So close. Anyway, PK and Kinesis, and they have the Veiled Rock Gank going through here on Willowkeeper side, and the Legion, I think, are pretty well aware that something's up. And they're going to jump. There's the Flux initiation onto Magnus. He looks like he's going to be bursted down. Lex Talienos goes through. Release Kraken in the background, and will this actually get any damage? No, Kinesis is going to tablet himself out of it. The NG field actually not doing all that much. Flame consumption active from Accursed as well. As Flux is trying to chase down Glacius, gets the kill. A Frostwolf just doing way too much. Slaskydret and Kinesis going at it, but Kinesis is like, guess what? I've got friends. Actually, the Keg's done missed thanks to the Storm Spirit, but Kraken's still in way too much trouble. Eruption going to be able to finish off Engineer, but there goes Magnus as a result. 3 heroes dead on the Legion side. Nobody's got buyback, so that's going to be Midrex at the very least. And maybe a second set as well. Because the only 2 heroes with farm on the Legion side are both dead for the next minute.
It was a little awkward the start of that fight with the Kinesis lift and all those spells going on the Magnus because he didn't die.
Right. But it just doesn't matter. Well, Gemini gonna get jumped here. Gets swapped out actually. A fair bit of damage came out from Chipper right there, but all of a sudden they're gonna turn that around. Accursed also getting pulled back in by the Flux. He's got no flame consumption. He's gonna die. As Noe's coming back in. It's a 1 versus 3, and I'm sorry, Glacius, but that's not a fight you're gonna win. Boxy's just like, come at me, bro. I'm gonna dive tier 4 of Soryu, and Inherent Defense to keep him alive. So, Genocide complete for the Hellborn. That's mid-ranks, and I would expect Kongor will follow, because they definitely have the time to go do it.
The Legion barracks are liquidated.
So Willowkeeper, I think, taking an insurmountable advantage at this point. If they didn't have one already, simply by virtue of the draft that they had and the time of the game. Yeah, well, this is going to be disappointing, I think, if you're PI. They won the previous series versus Ride My Rocket, and they looked pretty good doing it. So, just kind
Did
of
they have a
showing
chipper that
against.
game?
Well, they
I
tried
don't
to
remember.
change it up, you know.
Yeah, well, not great.
Maybe playing against Tree kind of puts them out of their comfort zone, like they feel like their regular play style or whatever doesn't work against them. So they're
Yeah,
running an offensive tri lane.
I think this is, to be honest, I think it was just a massive outdraft. I don't know if Snowy was really sure about what he wanted to do during the drafting phase, and he just started making picks. Like,
Yeah.
I
Could
mean,
be.
well, they're going to jump here on the Andromeda. Eruption getting charged up, too, for just the Andro, but bunch more heroes going to jump in on top of that. Storm Spirit saves Andromeda in the meantime, but Fusa's still going to die. Root of Z actually gets another Storm Spirit as Glacius falls. Kraken misses the charge. He's still going to be able to finish off Root on that Engineer, as Gemini actually gets stunned. The release of Kraken as well on top of his face. Magma's trying to survive, but gets blown up by Kinesis, who's now just running away. Gemini going to have to get out of the release of Kraken, as Slasky's really powerful, but not powerful enough to take down Flux with a shrunken head up. Teltook can get eaten in by a couple of auto attacks, puts the focus buffer down, which really does nothing, and that's actually in the middle of that fight. They're going to drop a CC vote, so Shorecan gets Storm Spirit all over the place, but he still dies. Obviously that was post-CC, so it doesn't count, and game one. Going to the guys on Willowkeeper. I suppose that's no huge surprise coming out of the drafting phase, but any final thoughts on that? Either of you?
It was kind of fun to watch. I mean, like you said, we kind of foresaw doom for Legion, even though they put up a good fight.
Yep.
And I think it was 90% that they were able to go past 15 to 20 minutes that their Kraken was demolishing.
Yeah. Got to give Selesky a lot of credit for keeping them in that game. YummyPho, anything else?
Not really. I just feel like they didn't do much after, like, when they had their advantage, when they were just diving towers and giving it back to them.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, they did get a lead earlier on in the game, and it was a pretty decent one, and then they lost two really bad team fights, and it was like, here's all that gold back.
But then after they lost those team fights, they just stopped ganking.
Yeah, that's true
And then
too.
they were, all of them were in the Hellborn jungle, and then the Hellborn team was able to farm their jungle, mid lane, bot lane, and Legion Ancients. Legion Ancients, and they're farming their own Ancients, so they were just out farming them by a hell of a lot.
Right. And then they bought a Shrunken Head and Flux, and they didn't kill him, and I was right. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, it just felt like once they got past the mid-game, there was no chance, you know, like I said in the beginning, and like we repeated several times, so not worth saying over and over again. So game one, again, goes to Willowkeeper in just about 40 minutes, so I'm kind of surprised PI hung on as long as that, but I guess you can do anything if you just want to keep throwing yourselves into a pit of despair. And we're moving on to game two in just a second.